We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. Two mics and the mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. Two nights and the time. Two nights and the time. Two nights and the time. Two nights.
Watch this.
And the mind.
Hi,
Yeah.
Nights in the Mind. We are here. Pardon our party.
Hello, guys. How are you guys doing this week?
I'm glad you asked because I am doing good, I am feeling good, and I am looking good. What more can I say?
Oh my goodness. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're doing good. Bueno.
I'm glad that you're glad.
Yes.
How y'all ladies' week been going so far?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I can't complain. I honestly cannot complain. It's been great this past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got any stories y'all want to share?
What happened this week? Not that I can pick up. Stories this week. I don't know. It was great to go to the grocery store today.
It wasn't packed. Oh, right, because yesterday was closed. That's right.
Yes, it was. Oh, I had so much I had to do. I was gonna do yesterday, and I said, "Oh, I'll do this. I'll make that. I'll bake this." No butter.
Right.
No butter. I had like maybe one pat of little butter, one little. I said, "Oh, I had no reserve butter. I had nothing, so I could do nothing in advance. Just nothing. It was like I couldn't do anything yesterday. I was just." But then I went to the store this morning and I was able on my way. But I just noticed that that was devastating for me this week. Thinking I was prepared, but I was not prepared. It was just that one thing. And I knew it was that one thing. I probably could have gone to like a not a grocery store, convenience store, maybe like a Dollar General, somebody that might have been open, or gas station sell butter. I'm not sure, but it wasn't worth it. Just
We're open.
Yeah.
took
But
my
same
rest,
thing.
enjoyed my grandkids. So I did that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's all right. That's all right. Sound like y'all enjoyed y'all time and just been chillaxing. I've been doing the same over here, chillaxing. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Most definitely.
I planned for the grocery store, so I made certain my refrigerator was loaded. Had some good eating over here on this side. You know what I'm saying? I ain't missed no meals. I ain't missed no meals at all.
That's awesome. Same.
Yeah, I be in advance. So it's like, when you think you're gonna do something, then boom, you said, "No, you're not, girl." Oh my gosh,
right.
It slowed me down because I would have been busy. I wouldn't have spent the time that I spent with my grandkids, so I'm good with that.
That's true. It definitely slowed me down. I got to sit down and finish Billions. I finished Billions.
Oh, you finished it?
Yes, I did.
All right. Without going into detail.
Anyway, how'd you like the end?
It's pretty good. I like people that I didn't like at the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like although it's kind of corrupt, I think it does have certain messages and it does have certain things you can learn from people's characters. And I do like the fact that you break and you just build back up. I like that from that show. That's just me. So yeah, that's what I.
Who was your favorite character?
Oh, you'll be surprised. I have a couple. I have like two, but I'll say Billy.
Billy. Who is Billy? Oh, that's the lawyer they got. with
The one
dark-
that he came back at the end.
Okay.
His
Oh,
name is Brian.
Well,
his
in
name.
the
I don't know the names, but okay.
Are you talking about Brian Connerty?
I thought it was Billy, the white guy,
Excuse me.
the one that had left, and then he came back at the end.
What was his name? Let me see.
It was Billy.
I definitely don't remember.
Can you be a little more descriptive, other than the dude who was there and then came back at the end?
Well, he at the end, him and the other girl were hooking up.
Brian.
Was it Brian? I can't remember. What's his name?
The chef?
No,
No.
that was the lawyer that they. I don't know who saw what, but you know,
it was a lot of lawyers in there. So you just say the lawyer.
No,
I'm
come
like,
on, bro. What are y'all talking about anyway? Y'all just
She don't know.
going.
She don't know. She asked her who her favorite character. You don't know the favorite character's name, so obviously it ain't me. They didn't have no significant role to you.
yeah. What's the lawyer's name, Tony? That
No,
left?
she said Billy. I asked her, do she mean Brian?
It was Bobby. It was Bobby. I just asked my husband.
Bobby Axel.
Bobby Axel, right.
That Bobby Cat?
She's not a bank. What is she talking about?
Bobby was not a lawyer.
I didn't say it was a lawyer.
Yes, you did. You said the
She
lawyer.
did.
You did, and then you said he left and came back.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes, you did. You
I
said the
didn't think- I
lawyer.
didn't-
You don't,
I
yeah, you
apologize. I didn't think I said a lawyer. He made money. He was making a lot of money at the beginning. He was hooking up with that girl. I said. I don't think I said a lawyer.
did. What that time?
Wait, that girl, the black hair girl.
Oh, y'all going too far. You don't, no, stop. Listen. Hello, listen, but all y'all listen. There are people who on season 5, okay? You guys really screwing up bad. They keep telling y'all
Sorry.
stop it, and y'all study, and then you so far off to it's like ridiculous. So they don't. What she said, y'all had nothing to do with the show. Ain't no mistake. I'm sitting here trying to figure out. I don't know what they talking about. And I don't know how she came up. Bobby was a lawyer.
But he was my favorite. He was my favorite.
Yeah.
At the end, he was my favorite.
He's mine anyway.
You know, I'm more creative than that. I mean, only the casual fan would say that the star character is their favorite. You know, that's like watching Superman and saying Superman is my favorite. You know,
But not say that he's not necessarily the main character.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Because they actually, I mean, he's one that you more or less, kind of gravitate to it, because if you look, Chuck is in every episode, every end. Chuck could be almost. You look at it's really dealing with that whole storyline. I know what you're saying though. He could be considered. I like, my favorite is Bobby Wax, his assistant.
who?
hold on. Wait. What was his name again? Say that name.
Wags.
Okay, he said it right. He said it right the second time. Yeah, he
Let
talking
me
about
see who
Silver
Wax-
Wax.
I'm really bad with names. Oh, really? You like what?
Yeah, well, I mean, Wags was great. Wags is my man.
I thought he was soft in some areas.
Let me tell you why I like Wag. Wag stayed with him. Wag didn't switch up. Wag went on hypocrite. Wag was
That's
doing that.
true.
I ride her. You have to respect him for
Everybody is a wag.
he kept they behind in line.
Okay.
I like, listen, when he use them words, he tell you himself. Someone he put it where you like. That thing kind of hard.
Okay.
He back off of it.
I have so many questions, but I can't even ask them. I'll wait for
Who
people.
was your favorite?
Chuck is there.
I like
Chuck
Wag.
is there. Oh, well,
I
You like what?
Oh, he's a
Yeah,
So
Bobby.
one of my
Bobby acts. He has to be my favorite. I don't know.
Who has been Wag? I mean, with that
one
hands
of my
down,
one of my
I
I actually have two.
You're right.
I know he like is people who has absolutely
No,
nobody. I don't know. Taylor,
Who you like?
Taylor and Prince.
nobody. See, I told you he like two of the worst people on the show. In the
I have
They
world.
to
were not
check
the
the
worst
name.
people on the show.
Yeah.
They were not the
the
worst
face.
people on the show. They were
I like-
absolutely not the worst people on the show. You got people on there that was really, really the
You
worst
like
people.
Taylor?
Those two I named were not the worst people on the show.
Okay.
I like
Yeah, Taylor did. Yeah, Taylor.
She could be emotional. She could be emotional. What? She tried to control her emotions, but really she's emotional.
And you know what? I like Chuck too. I like Chuck.
Yeah, yeah. I know
I
why
gotta
you like
put the
Chuck,
name with the
but
face.
I ain't gonna- you know what you doing to come find your home. You know that between you and your husband. Okay.
Chuck, you know what? Chuck turned
Chuck.
like big time. So
I
I
like
did like him at the end.
No, Chuck was the same person the whole time.
I like
He
Chuck.
did for years. I didn't like Chuck. I didn't like him like that. Never
All
seen
right.
he
So
said,
who was the favorite? Who was the people that y'all didn't like at all?
Or however
Who was
you
the
spell
worst?
it.
I'll
The
start.
worst?
The worst to me was Wendy.
No,
What?
I didn't think they're not Wendy.
Wendy was the worst.
No, Wendy
Why?
really was. Wendy
Okay,
was.
Why?
Trifling.
No,
Just trifling.
Excuse
I
me.
didn't see that. I didn't
Other
see
people,
that.
other people like knew that. Other people was like, hey, it's like being
You know
an
what?
alcoholic.
She had
The
really
other
good
people knew they was
intentions.
alcoholics. She the
She
only
had really-
alcoholic trying to say that she wasn't in denial the whole time.
She had really good intentions, I believe. She tried. I don't want to kill her for people that are far away, but
Lady V, you cannot justify your
you
statement.
can't say tell her.
Please justify your statement. Lady V, I need
If
No,
Bobby
need-
loves
Lady
her,
V, I
she
need
has to have
justification
something
on why
with
you're
it.
saying this. Lady V,
Chuck,
please
listen,
justify your
Chuck.
comment.
Listen, Chuck forced her out with his behavior. She told me she couldn't do it. She helped a lot of people out of them. She really did. She tried to work with a lot of them.
Exactly.
I agree on that
Who,
one.
Bridget?
Wendy definitely.
Wendy.
She manipulated people.
That's what Stop it. She tried to help him.
And even with Chuck,
I don't want to say no stuff, but she's a manipulator.
Chuck has a problem. I mean, let me say this: if you look at everybody she dealt with, they didn't. So you kind of, I'm trying to say, but not, you know.
You can't say, you're gonna say too much.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna say Wendy.
show
So
is
I didn't like
called
Wendy.
Bullying.
Who was the characters that y'all did not like? Who's the worst character in y'all opinion?
I didn't like Mike Prince. I did not like.
Wow.
I didn't like his assistant. He acted more gay. Wags act like, but we saw Wags was just.
Hold on, Wags was transgender.
No, he did not. He put
It
that.
was you didn't like Mike.
He want to have no woman. He didn't. I didn't like
I
Mike.
need to know why he didn't like. Why don't you like Mike?
I didn't like because of how he sells himself. He's really not that person.
Mm.
I didn't see him as better than Bobby. Bobby was who he was.
I didn't like his wife. Now that
Bobby
you say
White,
it.
no, I didn't like Bobby White. She quit on him and let him go. He was faithful to her, and she quit on him and she let him go. I didn't like that with her. I didn't, because Bobby really did. He really tried to do the right thing. He could explain it. Say, even the 9/11 situation, he really did. She said Mike was the worst because he was always pretending to be. You're exactly right. I did not like Mike. I did not like his assistant. I did not like who else I didn't like.
So wait, hold on.
I don't like Mike. I don't like Mike's wife either.
It's on Lady
I don't
B.
like
So
his
Lady
wife.
B.
No,
Nobody
Mike-
else in the whole series, nobody else was pretending to be a good person. It was just Mike. Nobody else. That's what I'm saying.
No,
You said
I ain't gonna say
nobody
that.
else.
No, I ain't gonna say that. I wasn't fond of his dad, and when he did that to what he did to his mom, I didn't like that. So he ain't gonna get into. He ain't got that far. So we know he's made a switch up. I didn't like that.
Okay.
I did not like that. And really, his dad was like, he was a numbskull, really, on a lot of ends. Like he was heavy. He really gave Chuck bad values. That's what screwed him up, and it showed. Based off the show, his values he gave Chuck screwed Chuck up.
So
I
look,
did not like the attorney general.
she say acts never pretending. Obviously, she's never watched the
Exactly.
series. She didn't watch the whole
He
series.
did not. He
obviously.
did not.
Are you serious?
Are you as many times as he
I tell you what. Do me a favor. Lean forward a little bit again. Lean forward again.
I'm talking about her, the love. Doctor.
Oh, I thought. Oh, sorry. I'm glad I didn't hit you. It was him. No, he did not. He did not.
Excuse me.
I mean-
You talk about Bobby, right, preacher?
Chuck
Yeah.
Dad was a real.
You
piece
have
of
something
work.
against Bobby Bueno or something? I'm a
No,
little
what I'm
confused.
saying is when you watch movies like Superman and you be like, my favorite character was Superman. I'm
Okay.
saying, hey,
The
I'm
man
more
was
of a
smart.
thinker,
The
so I
man
try to
is
think
smart.
it
He was
deeper
smart.
to it.
He was
I don't
good.
know. That's
The
low
man
hanging
is smart.
fruit.
I like that. The man is smart. He knew what to do. He came that. Listen, he was my favorite. character.
Like I did not like the Chinese guy. I'm sorry. I did not like his character. He was so scary.
Chinese guy.
Oh yes,
Oh, he was funny. Oh yeah, him.
he acted dumb to me.
Yes. I'm like, huh? Why are you
Like dumb. Like since the beginning, he would do
quite
dumb
innocent,
stuff.
though,
I'm
too.
like, what is he doing?
That was way
I
too
wouldn't
long.
have him working in my company for sure. He would have been gone.
He's
Who you would have got rid of?
That Chinese guy.
No, the Chinese guy was not bad.
Picture
Being
his
Kim, that's right,
personality
that's
will
being
get
Kim.
on my nerve. Like
But
if
you know what?
he acted like
He said-
dumb.
I'm the Indian guy. The Indian guy was more.
That
He was
You know what?
funny. He
That was
was
a
comedy. He was
great. They
comedy.
made a great fit. They really did make
He
a
did.
great
He
fit
did.
for the
He
show,
did.
mixed in with the overachievers, so they fit in. The other girl that worked for Taylor, I didn't care for her, the black one.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
But then she,
I got you.
The
But then
attorney,
she had,
like, the black girl, I
some
like
things
her.
on some thing when she had to make her move. She looked at Taylor. Listen, it's business. You know, I gotta take the office. She got pissed, but she like, hey, dollar bill. Dollar bill. Yeah, dollar bill wasn't bad. And where's a definitely really? Yeah, he'll go all the way. You can't listen. You can't dollar bill go all the way. People like that, they like, I'm all in.
Mhm.
You gotta love people
that,
like
yeah.
that. He ain't care about no money. He thought, you remember, you know what? I'm gonna say this on that now. You remember they said he was gonna call and let his wife know about what he did. He got his phone. He texted her. He said, go ahead. I just texted him.
Yep.
He said, go ahead. He like, listen, y'all ain't getting nothing. They were like, well, what if your wife found out? So got his phone. He said, I just texted her. He said, go ahead. He said, no, ain't coming. He let him know. I just let my wife know. So go ahead.
Yep.
What do you guys think about Chuck's dad? He was a little.
I like his dad.
He was something
His dad was
else.
hilarious.
He was something
I
else.
did not
The dude
like.
was hilarious, and
like
and Chuck is definitely of his
Listen,
seed.
He had too much money to be that dumb. His dad
He
really
was
had some dumb. His dad really had some dumb opinions on doing some stuff that, like, you got too much money to be that dumb. To do
I think
something.
he acted dumb,
He
preacher.
fit the
because-
show. He fit the show. He got in the way, but he fit the show.
He did.
So, you know, can y'all see why? Once somebody said, I saw the real in Dollar Bill on CD. Yeah, he was real.
They should have got you should get him in a 2025. We gotta talk about. We can't get these folks no.
Yeah, y'all.
I know that's right.
Too
I know
long.
that's right. You got some people right out of the probably even
They
started.
could have patched up caught up this week.
Let me tell you something. Do y'all know Carrie is on season 1?
That's fine. He will find out.
He'll finish it. He'll find out. Cause we're not gonna keep holding. Y'all got listen. End this year. That's it. We ain't got time to fool y'all.
Everybody.
Instead of y'all
This
buying
week,
them
we gonna
Christmas
talk.
gifts, this was assignment you were given because I want
Homework.
to talk about it with you guys, and you guys have just totally drug it out to like the that elevator scene.
Just
made-
grade people, preacher. Just grade
Yeah,
them. That's it.
yeah.
You gave him an extension already. Grade
That's
people
it.
out of it already. Yes, grade. C,
Who all
F,
finished?
F
That's what I'm
minus.
saying. What? Let me tell you something. You heard from Blur. I said, you know why, Blur? Because you ain't got Oprah Winfrey licking the screen. I need you to watch it because I got something I want to talk with you guys about, and I try to give y'all a different perspective of things, and you can see how things. When he looking for the link for the show.
Yep.
So it's like you trying to get them, and I told people to watch it for a reason. I always have a reason why I gotta watch certain things. I really try to it's getting people kind of cultured in a sense, more than just you just hear the word is always the essential part of what you do. You have to understand how things affect you and how things work around you. And people don't know until you have an understanding about certain things, or if you're in certain positions, you start to really see how things affect you. The purpose of them watching that show for people that, you know, like I said, we don't held it long enough, wherever y'all at chat, you go and you finish, was I wanted you guys to pay attention to key factors, okay? At that point, let me just tell you, if y'all notice, there are no ordinary people.
Mm-mm.
There are none. Everybody, there are ordinary people that's in the show. If you pay attention, all your people that you're dealing with are politicians. They're either politicians or bankers. And they put the therapists in the picture. They try to show you how you're constantly being controlled and bombarded. When you're trying to get involved out here and you're trying to make business, and I'll just be flat, just tell people I want you to watch it. Pay attention. Your attorney general, Chuck, was the prosecutor for the state, for the government. All these, look at the mayor was dirty, the governor was dirty, the attorney general was dirty. The everybody was dirty in the show. Even with trading, if you watch them, they show you they manipulate numbers. What you do, you study, you go to website, you pay people to teach you how to trade. They don't do any of these things. I mentioned before, because they control the system. They control it from every end. If you pay attention, I'm just going in, whatever y'all let you at. Notice what was Michael Prince's financial status when he ran for that office?
Billionaire.
That's amazing. What is Trump's status?
Billionaire. First billionaire president we've had.
Listen, pay attention. If you look at the show, remember that was out before he won the second time. They're showing you, they're putting him, you notice the lady that ran against him. You know who she favorite? Nikki Haley.
Mm-hmm.
She was a governor.
Wait.
Yes, she was a governor.
Oh, with the one that okay.
So, and notice they showed you they went to the Bohemian Grove.
Yes,
in California.
Listen, everything they show you, they do.
They do a lot of crazy
They
stuff
showed
in
you-
there.
They showed you how they integrated the Russian oligarch over here. Remember, he needed to come back. He was deported, and they brought him back to do a favor. They cut favors all the time with these people.
Yep.
See, people have no idea how these people work. These people cut all kind of deals. They'll play the role in front of you that we're straightforward, good people doing the right thing, and that's not the truth. They're always doing things based off their interests. Their whole end was stopping Michael Prince were based off they didn't feel like he was good. But if you're listen, the people have to first elect you to be the standout candidate first, right? You can't make yourself a standout candidate to be elected. Okay. Now you're already in the running and you're a shoe-in. But what happened with these guys? Notice who you didn't see them go and deal with. They didn't go deal with no voters. You didn't see them get out with no voter suppression. You didn't see them. They did it among them.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they crashed him, right among them. Did you ever see them go on the street with protesting campaigns?
Not once.
They did it among them. Do you remember when the lady sat down with Bobby? He said, listen, he said, I can get you in the White House.
Yep.
So they tell me how many votes they tell us each person has.
One.
So explain to me, how can I put you in the White House?
Come on now. Come on now.
Wow.
This is why I need them to watch and pay attention. This is something I need y'all to pay attention to. They never do anything except they show it to you first.
Come on.
So you know what you say when you watch it? Man, that's funny. I seen something like that on TV. Stop it, idiot. You seen it on TV because they put it in your face.
Right.
It doesn't make sense unless you see it. Listen, Kamala Harris, they crashed her campaign before she could even get it. Listen, they already knew they were gonna do. Y'all gonna see. Listen, listen. I told the people, how could she know she lost before the votes came out?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
because they called it early.
Okay, listen. This is what I want you to know. To know that she knew the day of she wasn't winning. Why was she never there?
I mean,
she was never in her campaign. She was never there. So when they had announced that you won, because nobody knows until they come out and tell us, right?
Right.
Why wasn't you there? Notice this. Guess who told him he wasn't coming that night? Joe Biden. Do y'all not remember that? Joe said, he said, no, I'm gonna stay at the White House. Why? Your VP is about to take the position. Your VP is gonna be loyal to you. Why did Joe Biden not come and say, no, I'm gonna stay at the White House? Because they already know. But listen, don't believe these people. They already know. Let me tell y'all something. Quick, help y'all out, okay? Do y'all remember what Trump, after 2020, what their whole run was about? Do you remember their whole complaint was about?
Yeah. The Southern border.
Cheating.
Huh?
The Southern border. And the election interference.
And he kept saying that but let's ask yourself this. Why is he still saying that now? Why did this what you ask yourself? How are they saying that they stole the election? Because these people have no idea. They don't listen. People, I'm a voter, so please don't think I'm saying don't vote. But understand something. This is how these people work. They control these. Listen, you can't even get on that stage. Did you see Robert? You remember Robert Kennedy in the debates?
No.
Do you remember that other girl from the Libertarian Party in the debate?
No.
Why not? Who controlled it? How did you keep them out of debate?
I agree with you.
Because guess why? They listen. The two major parties that's going to run it is Democrat, Republican.
Right.
Okay?
Independent from that Tea Party.
Stuff all you want to. They'll let the independent have a Senate seat. Let them get. But notice when they get it, you vote a certain way.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders is an independent. People thought he was a Democrat. Bernie Sanders votes how?
Democrat.
Thank you. So that's why you got your seat.
Because he a progressive Democrat.
That's right. And he's going to stay. He's liberal. And so that title is only to fake you out, to make it look like there's an opportunity for other people, but you vote how?
You know what? Y'all, I found the clip of Trump talking about that 2020 election, a recent interview he did in the last 2 weeks. If it's okay with y'all, I'd like to play it real quick.
Please.
So they can actually see him talking and saying it for himself. This ain't nothing we making up. We got receipts. Here we go.
I asked the president-elect about this extraordinary moment in time. He is taking office against the backdrop of a country that is so sharply divided. And when he has yet to concede the 2020 election, which he won.
Sir, I don't have to tell you this because you've talked about it. It comes at a time when the country is deeply divided. And now you're going to be leading this country for the next 4 years. For the sake of unifying this country, will you concede the 2020 election and turn the page on that chapter?
No.
Okay.
Why would I do that? But let me just tell you, when you say the country is deeply divided, I'm not the president. Joe Biden's the president.
But you're going to be the president.
No. I'm not the president. So when you say it's deeply divided, I agree. But Biden's the president. I'm not. And he has been a divider. And you know where he divided it more than anything else, and it probably backfired on him, I think definitely, is weaponization. When he weaponized the Justice Department and he went after his political opponent, me. He went after his political opponent violently because he knew he couldn't beat him. And I think it really was a bad thing. And it really divided our country.
Sir, Democrats have control of the White House now. They didn't in 2020. If they are going around stealing elections, why
when you
didn't
say
they do it
Democrats
this
have
time?
control now
Of the White House.
Yeah.
So why didn't they steal this election? They have more power now.
because I think it was too big to rig.
Yeah.
Did rig it.
The second
Starting.
No. And remember this. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
bro. I had a thought on that. If you pay attention, what he said, they weaponized the Justice Department.
Yeah.
What department did Chuck work for when they were stopping Michael Prince?
That's the Department of Justice.
How did they attack him? And don't forget, and they also hit him at the market.
Right.
Look at it. What he's telling you. He's telling you. Did Chuck not weaponize the department to take him down? He also made a collaboration with a foe in order to do it. He became friends with enemy. That show you how they work. They become friends with enemy because they all had a mutual interest. I'm just trying to people listen.
Wow. I ain't even catch that comment that Trump said. I appreciate you bringing that my attention.
Listen, look at the show. The show is telling you this is how they do it. Listen, where were ordinary people at?
Nowhere.
They showed you how they crash company. Remember, they got no people sick to fake their illness, so they can crash the stocks on the company and come back and get it.
Yep.
They showed you how they work.
Wow.
How they manipulate people. That's why I wanted people to watch. Everybody was manipulated. He manipulated those people out of that business, out of that company, to take their company name down. I told y'all see people with stuff. None of these people, it's not what you thinking, how they got it. You always look at, he got that bill. Remember, he got it, he gave them less than they wanted. He said, your daddy fired me years ago, and this is what I was making, and that's what I'm gonna give you. He said, take it or leave it. I already know your finances, you gotta take it. You're hurting. They always got an agenda, people. And that's what I'm trying to get. Notice, even the people working in there here with them, everybody worked there were millionaires.
Everybody.
At the end, remember, they were wealthy. And what he told them to do? Y'all can quit now. Now get back out there and make me more money. You're wealthy. They weren't rich. They were already rich. They were wealthy, and they still worked.
Right.
Hard, too. They worked a lot of hours.
How you trying to get their money? And they manipulate the market. They created things and fabricated things in order to do what they did.
Yeah.
Listen, they look at the food and drug. They had them to go put out a false report to mess up somebody on chicken, and they covered up a false report. How you think they come to get all this meat? Let me ask y'all a question. Tell me what company can stay in business when you recall millions of tons of meat?
I don't know.
Hundreds of thousands of tons of meat. 50,000 chickens. Tell me how many you gonna stay in business when you gotta do recalls? That means you got to get this feedback and you got to pay people. Money you spent. People, that's right, the Jews. Listen, just all I want my members to do, I tell them to do something, they drag. Some of them do what I ask them to do. And I tell them, I have a reason. You watch so much dumb stuff. You have no idea how they're working and they put it in your face. They put everything in your, and listen, they're still considered honest people.
Yeah.
Still.
Chuck put how many people away because he wrecked their life?
Just straight up lied on people and put them in there.
People that tried to take him down because he was a liar and a cheat wound up going to jail for being criminals.
Yep.
And they were trying to stop him because and he still come out a good guy. That's how they beat you all the time.
Yep.
Man. Can I interject this real briefly, real quick? I just want to say this is your neighbor, Confederate State 48, saying hit the like, hit the subscription, hit the share, hit the cash app. To the panel, I want to start first and foremost with our elect Commissioner Dr. Smith, Thule Smith. Congratulations on the campaign that you ran. Had an opportunity to look at some of the photos that you took in the inauguration. Beautiful photos of you and the family. To Tony Ra Smith, to Resident Dr. Joe, to the Love Doctor. Yeah. I kind of know the answer to the question, but sometimes I try to figure out how do you come up with so much of the information. I know it's through the Ruach, but man, just to be you relatively like a middle-aged man, and it's just like the information that you speak on, it's almost like a Nostradamus type effect. You know what I mean? And it's really because you give us a lot of insight even before things take place. But there was a lady by the name of Ayn Rand. She wrote a couple books. One of my favorite books she wrote was called Atlas Shrugged, and this was Love Doctor. If you could pull that interview up, she did it with what is his name? Phil Donahue? Was that the guy name? Phil Donahue? Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I think it was with Donahue, and she was speaking on a woman president. It's like a 1 and 30 second clip. If you're able to grab that, and I was looking at something that Ra was saying too about the world is not ready for the United States to have a woman president for obvious reasons. Yeah. One being this is it here.
Be a day where there's going to be a female in the White House as president, and how do you feel about that?
I wouldn't vote for her.
You would or wouldn't?
Would not.
You would not.
No.
Why not?
For many reasons. I've written an article about that in my former magazine. You'll have to find out my reasons there.
Yeah.
The magazine is The Objectivist.
Would you not vote for her because she was a woman, even if she were better qualified than any man?
If we had fallen that low.
That low? I think you have a very, very low opinion of women.
Let me answer this. It is not to a woman's personal interest to rule men. It puts her in a very unhappy position. I don't believe that any good woman would want that position.
So you are essentially against leadership positions for women then?
No. Oh, no. The president is not the only leadership position. There's senators and congressmen. And
it's all right for you if they run and be elected?
Oh, certainly, and I vote for them. But wait a moment. A commander-in-chief of the army, a woman, I think it's unspeakable.
Yeah. She's right. She's right. Let me tell you something. When you're dealing with that position, and I know it's not that women aren't qualified to do the position. It's just when you're on that, you're dealing globally. This is not, I'm dealing with a community, I'm dealing with a city, I'm dealing with a state. You're dealing with the world. You're dealing with the world's economy, you're dealing with the world health, you're dealing with the global, as far as the global economy. You're dealing with everything. You're dealing with wars. You're making decisions on, listen, hypothetically, Confederate, he's a country, he hasn't got nuclear anything yet, but based off of CIA intel, he's going to be moving toward it. Now, we can wait until he becomes full nuclear armed, or we can preemptive go ahead and strike him now. A woman won't look at, a man had to make that decision. He got to wear it. It's like, strike him now. You have to make, when you're in that position, it's because of what you have to do. You have to strike on people in an instant. You can't even afford to like wait on them. You got to strike then. Or you waiting like Joe Biden, wait. Look how far Russia got out of control. Now you get them weapon, long range weapon to hit. Now you put us in a nuclear conflict. A man with a better understanding how that situation should have worked, a couple of things should have happened. Joe knew Russia was going to attack. America told everybody. They didn't listen. They should have put troops on the ground then. They should have forced NATO in to get in there, or we're not coming. We got to get in there now before he strike. That would have ended this. You got on the ground, he would have looked at hitting in there now is going to put me at war with NATO. You let him build up. You let him get China as a main support. You got Belarus on the other end blocking. You got Iran jumping and North Korea in. It's so messed up now. A woman would have did less. Like Kamala, when I come, this is something else you don't realize. When you're on a global stage, the world don't see a woman the way we see them.
Right. No.
You got Arab countries that you got to go and see. You got to cover your head. Nobody gonna make Trump cover his head. No. Nobody gonna make him put off no pants and put on no dress. When you come, you're gonna have to get your dress to the ground. You're gonna take that junk off your lip, and you're gonna need to cover your head. Hillary's done it. They put up a second. That's any of them that did it. Madeleine Albright, every one of them did it. They don't show you the video because America be embarrassed. They tell them you're not. She's not gonna sit in front of me like a whore.
Right.
Same thing Gaddafi told him. Barbara Walters, go look at her, pull up Barbara Walters, she interviewed and see her here. Gaddafi told her she won't be talking to me. They let her know, not with her tit. They like, you do that stuff. She's not gonna sit in front of me with her tits out, and she gonna cover her head, and she gonna put some over her legs. They also, when you're trying to do business, you've already been demeaned before you start the conversation.
Right.
So where's your power? See, the goal is to have enough intimidation or respect in the meeting that we don't have to get to war.
Right.
If you got a situation where you're not even respected, it's a problem. We'll spend more time fighting people out of the fact they don't respect women's rights. That's how those countries run. But a man can go anywhere on this scene. He can deal with another woman. He can deal with these men and still hold his integrity for office of what he does. A woman does. She's not respected on a global stage like that. You can put her over committed. You can put her over there. When you're talking about, I'm the face voice of the country. That's how I see it. Let me say this. And very few men are qualified.
Right.
If I be honest, we put them down. But very few of them qualified. So when I say that, I don't want to make it insult like women ain't nothing. That's not me. I just tell you how I'm telling you what it is. A lot of these people, they are not.
Right. Especially when you put, like you said, putting them over the military, you know, I mean, like being the commander in chief of, you know, throughout history, you've never seen, with the exception of Joan of Arc, you know, was a woman that was actively, you know, trying to liberate, I believe it was France.
Who did you say? What was that?
Joan of Arc.
Was she related to Arc the Carol? Arc the Carol, Angel Sing. I was just going to relate. Don't worry about it. Keep going. Don't worry about it.
Ain't that's a fictional character or something?
She was a woman that tried to liberate, I think, France back in like the 14th century, or maybe the 15th century, and they burnt I think they burnt at the stake, and she was I guess she was tried to be a liberator, but even with that, the way that how you saw that, she was, even when you look at her her pictures or photos of her, she had more of a masculine like persona than she did, you know, as of a woman. You know what I mean? And so just the optics of you seeing, like, even with like looking at women in military, you know, they have a lot of these charges. A lot of these women, you know, they become sexually abused in the military and stuff like that. I think Raw had made a analogy about a woman down in a foxhole with 4 other men. You know, how is that going to work out? You know what I mean? And then, you know, you have things like nature. When, you know, a woman goes on a cycle, how would she be able to, you know, just, you know, I mean, it probably can be done, but the probability of it, you know, saying taking the country to war and she having these type of issues, you know what I'm saying? Even if she was a mother, a nursing mother, just think of a nursing mother being the commander in chief. You know, how can she raise her child and then she's trying to run the country as well? So, and there are a lot of qualified women. It's obvious because we have Miss Tootie. She's qualified, but I don't think that she would ever throw her proverbial hat in the ring to run for president. You know what I mean? But it's just one of those things as to where you have to draw the line somewhere. A man wouldn't run for first lady. You know, he wouldn't be. It would be, you know, it would be kind of like out of. It would be like, you know.
I agree with that woman not be president, but what do you guys think about Mexico? Mexico has the first woman president, and she's doing a great job.
And Mexico screwed up.
Oh my God.
She just started.
I mean, she's trying to come in with, but I mean, Italy got their first woman president. This is the problem. You're not respected on the end as a man. You can put them in there, they can let them do it. When they had them, they don't get the same respect level. It's just being honest. And they can say, oh, that's just a side of picture. Well, I mean, let's be honest. We are two different, we are fashioned 2 different ways. We've never viewed women to be the strongest. And what they've done in order to get women to become more accepted in leadership role, it has been to do what? To demean men. I think incarcerate more men. It's been to feminize more men. They look at, we have more women in position. That we agree.
Yes.
What's the status of the men?
Oh, they've been emasculated.
Incarcerated. Listen. They more incarceration, more effeminate.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? In order for women to be strong, you have to weaken men.
You have to.
You have to incarcerate and make. Listen, look at this. When did women make the move to become more in working outside the home? Do y'all remember what was going on during that time?
What's that?
War, something like that.
The war. It was during the war when we had out fighting.
Well, then we're out fighting
the factories, with the warehouse working, and then when they came back, guess what happened? She looked at, I'm not leaving my job.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of times, what happened with women, not all, not every single, I'm just saying in instances, when you allow them certain ends of saying, okay, the man is falling downhill. When she takes off the hip and she looks at now he's down on the breadwinner, he said, okay, I'm getting myself back. He thinks he still has that same level of respect from her, and he still has that same level of control. He lost it. Because when she starts making money, when she gets empowered out there, she's not letting it go.
You know what? I think the only women that would somewhat kind of be respected or accepted as being and running leadership roles as president would be your Margaret Thatcher types and your Queen Elizabeth type, Caucasian women or women, white women, so to speak. But women of color, I don't think they will be globally, recognized as being.
You think it's just a recognition from everybody globally, or do you think it's the permission or the white counterpart men allowing them to do that and that reign over them?
Your last statement that is
black men. Why won't black men be able to? Why can't they, if they can't allow that for a black woman, but the white guys can?
I go back to just taking us all the way back to I'm going to say back like to around the slavery time when they did all the the heinous things that they done to the so-called Negro, like the buck busting and all that stuff like that, and doing things like that, emasculating men in front of their women and children, so they can kind of take away their voice, so they wouldn't be as resilient and more acceptable to things like that. Because if my memory served me correct, the slave masters would empower the women more than they would the man of the house, and I think that carries on throughout the generations. And so that's why we kind of see how men kind of more so gravitate to their mothers more than they do their fathers, because they look at their fathers as being, weak, not having a voice, not being able to be a provider or a protector. He go out to get a jug of milk and he never come back for 20 years and all those things like that. Because I think, like, I want to use a term that the love doctor introduced me to a couple years ago was
legislative
racism. Correct. Thank you, sir, for helping me out with that. And I think it stands today. But when you have men, like you say, it's so important, like Ross say, that people know their positions in life, the duty of a husband, the duty of a wife, and the duty of children. When we understand that dynamic, then we know how to walk without, overstepping our boundaries. And I think that we still have, a way to go as black men, as you would call them, because white men, they're not going for their women ruling over them. They're not going for the white women voted. They voted based upon what their husbands did, per se. To a black woman or a woman of color voted due to what the movement was, in my opinion.
Listen, what you're saying, and it's unfortunate, but if you look at, they saw a man of authority take the quote unquote black man down, beat him and sexually. If you look at today, what happens in the home, as soon as a woman, it's not every woman, please, I don't say every woman, I'm just saying on several occasions. All she had to do is call the police. She puts him right back in that situation. So now what does he say? Well, when you have, this is something that I want to share with women of color. When you deal with a man, quote unquote, in color, it's hard to trust you, because as soon as you can be the sweetest thing ever, you can be the most deviant person that can wreck his whole life, especially one that's on probation, parole. All you have to do is call. You'll be sorry later. Oh, baby, I didn't mean that. But you'll wreck his life out of motion before you think. And it's not every woman, again, please, not every woman. Right. But in some cases, a lot of instances, the man invokes that. And then knows I'm pretty much working on a chain of when she gets ready. Like, I'm the man of my house. If my wife called the police, they're gonna ask me to leave. But I say, hey man, I ain't going nowhere, it's my house. He gonna say, I'm gonna tell you one time, I'm going to jail.
Right.
But I call the police and say, hey, she hit me, she can't. He gonna be like, you hit her? He gonna be like, come on, man. You're a man. Come on, man. Come on. You don't do that. But if I hit her, they're not gonna try to talk to her. Say, come on, you're gonna bust your home up. Maybe y'all could talk and work this out. Although he's struggling, it still can be repaired. There have been relationships where men have been violent and have turned. Every time they say, well, man hit you, you never talk back. There have been instances where people have changed. I used to be a woman beater years ago. I never hit my wife. I never abused her. So people can change. I ain't telling nobody to stay nowhere and get beat. Don't you listen. Don't take what you want to hear now. I'm just telling you, people. I'm just saying, if a police officer, they're going to call the police and have him fired. He told me to stay here with an abusive man, some man beating on me. A lot of time, what happens and what needs to happen, there needs to be an agreement with the husband and the wife, or even in dating, to where we understand the system is not designed for us to stay together and work together.
Right.
This is something we have to sit down and we have to strategically work ourselves. If we're going to bring kids into this relationship, there has to be a foundation set. There has to be a plan. What we typically do, we screw, here come a kid. We'll figure it out later. The kid's 29 years old. What we going to do? Because after a while, he's going to be grown. He gonna need, but he's 29. Yeah, but he's still a kid. He's still a kid because of the way you reared him. So it's so important to get I'm sure it's in other races, but speaking primarily from the perspective of being what they would call an African American man in America, where we have a major need of sitting down and coming up with a conclusive plan. You know what I'm saying? Something concise that will work for us. Making sure people are on that plan and realizing that when one of us is not functioning, the home is down.
Right.
We need to set boundaries on communication. Oh, when I get pissed, I will call you the B word every now and then, but I could no. There need to be boundaries, things we don't say. If we that mad, my wife read me, I just won't say nothing.
Right.
I just stop talking. It's not because it's not worth my time to put a lot of stuff out of my mouth. Because if I put out my mouth, that's what I'm gonna do. So I just don't say it. Just don't. I just don't want to talk right now. I just keep moving. I come back and let it engage what conversate. Keep moving. If I think it's a need, I need to go back over what the situation was. Let's do that sometime. No, because it just ain't worth that. I just keep moving. Hope she caught. I quit talking because I don't want to talk. I don't want to. Right now is not the time for me. So I started learning the time I spent yelling, arguing, screaming. I don't waste that time. I just don't have it. For me, and I'll say this to everybody, after a period of time, you need to know what it is you're trying to do. Where you're trying to go, what you're trying to do.
What you're trying to do.
That's going to be real. That's going to be valuable when you look at trying to move forward. And a lot of times we got people butt head because you really don't have a conclusive plan. Or can I trust you? Can I trust you? I'm talking, can I trust you on every end? That when we talk, this stays here. When there's a situation, we work together. Can I trust you? And the same thing for the woman. She needs to know she can trust him. When you're out and you mingling and doing, can I trust you? That you ain't picking up a phone number. You ain't got a number written in your hand. You ain't grabbing a tea. You ain't persuade somebody over and see how far you can go with. Can I trust you? When you get your paycheck, do I need to go to your job and pick up your paycheck? Right. Trust you. That when you get your check, the first priority is making sure this home is taken care of. Can I trust you?
Right.
You got up at 5 o'clock, you come at 8 o'clock. Oh, no, Rick, you hounded me. So what's the 3-hour difference? That's all I need to know. Can I trust you?
That's vital. Yeah, that's very, very vital. That comment that you made, because you know, like you said once before, about this was, I think it was earlier in the year. I want to say around February, and you were saying when you know, you had got to a point as to where, you know, you were down physically, and you how you said, you know, how Miss Tula just really, she stepped right in, and you know, she kind of made up the difference, but she kind of like transitioned seamlessly, you know, to nurse you back to health, to do the things that were, you know, instrumental in the keeping, you know, the family going, the business going, and everything else going. And she didn't need to kind of be coached into doing it. She didn't have to be, you know, she didn't have to go Google it and all of that stuff like that. Just by the, you know, the how can I put it? The qualities that she has, you know, and that takes a lot, because men, for the most part, have trust issues when it comes to, you know, trusting anyone, especially when it comes to their women. And I found that out with a lot of people that I talk to. I'm like, if you can't trust your mate, then really, what's the point of you even being with them? You know, if you have to second guess their, you know, their better judgment in the event that something happens, you know, like when I took ill, when I had got diagnosed back in 2021, you know, my wife, she took on some extra shifts on the job. She done all this and that, unbeknown to me, you know, and she didn't bring a lot of things to my attention because I think she didn't want me to kind of focus, you know, on, you know, what I was going through at the time. And she didn't kind of bog me down with, this has to be done, that has to be done. She done what she deemed to be right. But granted, she would ask me like critical decisions. She would ask me, you know, what's my input on it or what have you. But the things that she knew that was necessary for us to continue on to be functional as a couple, she went ahead and she went and done those things. And so when she just recently took ill, I done the things that I could do that she would normally do just to kind of assist her to kind of like, lighten the load for her, so to speak. So it's very, very vital that, every individual know what their role is, when it comes to a relationship and then teaching children. Like when I was watching the inauguration when was it Austin that had performed at the event?
Yes.
Right. And so you look at that, right? I'm like, man, how could he just get up and he didn't show no nervousness. He kind of like just like he been like doing it all his life. You know what I mean? And that comes from training. You know what I'm saying? That comes from being observant. That comes from, the groundwork being laid for him. You know what I mean? And to be quite honest, y'all look the presidential and you still do to this day, but I'm just saying, it's just like it was organic. It's not like you had to put on a facade. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you guys be on your best behavior and this, that, and the other. And then he even threw humor in it, at a serious time. It was like, and the crowd was very diverse. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so how do you actually learn those skills? You just don't pick them up overnight. You know what I mean? So I just look at those kind of things like that there. But for the most part, people just don't have it. And I had one ask you this question, Ms. Tooley, about when I've seen a couple of the photo ops that you had taken with your constituents. This just me. I just kind of feel like they look appear to be a little bit intimidated by your presence. I don't know if that's just me. It just kind of looks that way. Because you're so reserved. You don't look like you say a whole lot. And you got to be in the front, you got to be in the forefront of everything. You got to be very vocal. You know what I mean? And I think that kind of intimidates people because they don't really know how to approach a person like that. So yeah, I thought I wanted to bring that out that I had noticed,
Yeah, they've been in limelight on our kids from me preaching, from being on television, word networks. I've done a lot. They had opportunity to watch me stuff. Also used to watch me sing all the time. He used to stay up under me. He was smaller.
Right.
Yeah, I remember he first started going with me and I used to leave and go. They say go with me. Only was probably about 3. And one time I asked him, I asked him why was he going with me every time I go somewhere. He told me he said, if I'm gonna learn how to be a man, I gotta go with you.
Wow. At 3?
Yeah, he stayed under me, yeah.
How
like, I'm gonna learn how to be a man. He said, I gotta be with you.
Wow.
His brother went, then his brother started coming to me, who started coming a little bit later.
That kind of reminded me of the album cover Plan B.
Yeah, he made one. He got an album. He got with me, with him in Austin. I had them. They were little boy. That was in Savannah, Georgia. Took that picture. That was when I was preaching back then. But yeah, so he told me, he was like, he said, why you going with me and my dad? You just going because he buy me stuff. I was like, yeah, he called him. No, I said, that the reason you going up? He was like, yeah. Because he also would let him know he was going with me. He like, he want to know, like, why you going with me and my dad?
Yep.
Like, he just going, you know what I'm saying? Because he buy me stuff. But he just me a lot, when he was younger. Do that. We do a lot now. He goes with me now. We go and do stuff. He always go as well. But they both the kids, the family, we've grown. We've gone through a lot, as a family.
Right.
We meet periodically. And I appreciate it, Sometimes it's me against them. When my baby Britt come on my side, Britt usually the only one gonna be on my side, but
right.
But we do a lot of talking, a lot of meeting. I encourage people to meet and talk and conversate, especially when it comes down to spirituality, which is so important. Your basis for everything that you do has to be your spirituality. You saw when they swore in, they asked everybody, under God, she said, Yah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people.
Yeah.
She knew what we
They
believe.
compromise.
Yeah, we're not. We're. This is what we believe. And, you know, this is what helps us make who we are. When
Right.
they elected Thule as the commissioner for Rockdale County, they
Right.
elected Thule the person, and what makes Thule the person she is her spirituality as well.
Right.
Smart as a businesswoman, she has degrees.
Mhm.
Got businesses, and we ain't just started. You know, we've done several multiple businesses, and we've done a lot. She has experience as a mother. She understands, you know, the kids, the importance of education and family. She has a family. You know, she understands the cost of taxes and other things that people paying. That's what we do now.
Right.
All that she ran for were things she looked at that affect us and affect other families. So you're not looking at a person come in and say, "Oh, I'm just saying so I have a name and title." No, I'm here because I want to do the people's business because it affects me. And that's so important. You know, people say, well, I think when you look at a person, regardless of what their policies are, I think if you like them, you need to look at where things stem and root from. I don't know. It's just something I do. That's not a strong enough answer for me. I need to know how you as the person function, how you as the person believe, how you as the person live, because I'm entrusting you to make decisions for me and my family and the future of my family. If we say, hey, this is the town that me and my family want to stay at. I settle here. My kids settle here, my kids' So it's important for me to look at the person that's making decisions. And are you vested?
Right.
We're
Y'all
vested
just-
out there.
Yeah, y'all not just no carpetbaggers that just, you know what I'm saying, they came into town and just, you know, assume the office. But being hands-on with the community. I mean, and I looked at the picture that you had posted on one of the platforms that had a diverse crowd where there were, you know, people of color, male and female, and you had posted those. I made a brief comment on them, you know, and it takes something to be able
with the brother I took with Akeem.
Right, but it was some ladies there as well on the left side.
We were taking a picture. They said we want to get in. I said, come on in. I didn't care about the color. We people, and that's something we miss. You know, we people. They ain't hurt the picture. They ain't taking that from the people picture. They weren't. Oh, that's shame. No, we all human beings, man. Nobody made themselves. And I was glad that people didn't feel intimidated. Oh wow, these black guys, they could rape me. No,
right.
We were some Akeem brothers, strong brothers together, fellowshipping, and we said, hey, let's take a picture together. And they wanted to get in. You saw then as another her daughter. They ran up. They were like, well, I was like, hey, come on, like, hey, didn't hurt nothing for us to be people. What? It don't hurt nothing to be human.
Right.
It didn't take nothing away from it. Oh, they're gonna mess up the picture. I can't send it. Didn't hurt us. I posted on Twitter. I said it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was just people.
Right.
And that's how we get with each other.
And you know, and sometimes, granted, you have the statement that has, you know, it has its time and purpose when to say it. When you say, well, you wouldn't understand. You had to be this, that, and the other to understand. And sometimes what I think what it is, if I don't understand, Miss Thule and yourself, I mean, you say, well, give me the opportunity to let me understand. You know, because when Miss Thule had made the speech, you know, about, you know, like reaching across the aisle in terms of working with all walks of life, you know, not saying, oh, because you from here, you from over there, and kind of like categorize people. At the end of the day, they're all people, like you said, that they want whatever sober-minded individual want. They want the best for them and their families. You know, not at the cost of help someone else lose and have to fail in order for you to be successful. You know, and that speaks some volumes. You know, when a person can say, you know what, I just like to see people win. You know, I like to see people progress. You know, and you know, people over party. You know what I mean? People over the status quo. You know what I mean? And like I said, the support group, how y'all ran the campaign. You know, Resident Joe, Dr. Joe, seeing her like early in the morning. Sometimes they was like going taking the pictures and stuff on the side of her, and seeing, you know, Love Doctor. You know, you see him just you know he one of the behind the scene guys, but he you know you would see him but just because a person isn't seen in front of the camera doesn't mean that they're not effective in what they're doing. And so a lot of times that's what some people want to do. If they can't be seen, then they don't want any parts of it, and so I'm just excited about what's to come in Rockdale County. Though I'm not a resident of Rockdale County, I have family members that live in Atlanta, the Atlanta metropolitan area. I think, like I said, that's gonna become viral. It's gonna be something that the nation in itself can learn from, just to see the caring, the nurturing of people, and to really have a person that has an ear. And I say, well, Don, I have hundreds and hundreds of people that he deal with, and you know what? I call his number, he'll pick the phone up, or he'll text me back, or and you know what? And that goes for each and every one of y'all. I mean, just to make time out for common people. Like, some people feel like, you're out of touch, that you can't be, you can't be reached. Here, let me let you talk to my assistant. No, take the time out and reach out to people. And that means a whole lot. I got an empty doggone shea butter. I got an empty shea butter container that I still kept from last year from Barack Product. I said, man, I ain't get. It's like they say, my favorite artist kissed my hand. I ain't never washing my hand again, and that's how I feel, because it's personalized. I'm like, when did she have the time just to sit? Literally took the time out, mailed it. You know what I mean? Packed it, mailed it, sent it to me. And all that was it wasn't like somebody, you know what I mean, like a big box store that does things. You know what I'm saying? This was like an individual took the time out to do that. You know what I mean? And I cherish that, and I really, really, appreciate that, because oftentimes people just don't have time for you. They don't. They'll give you 90 seconds at most of their time, and then off they go. They throw you that fake smile, and they keep going. But this is a wonderful broadcast tonight. I had a question. Do you know the Diddy situation, right? Mm-hmm. How Diddy, caught up, with all the stuff in his mansions and all that stuff there now, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe we discussed this before. But what's the difference between Diddy and Hugh Hefner? He had underage girls, and I mean, it was widely known. They didn't even hide it. The Playboy Mansion, it was looked upon as it was like the mecca of sexuality.
But the difference was Hugh Hefner.
Right.
Hugh Hefner then he didn't stir the powers to be. Let me tell you what you learn. Mm-hmm. I use a terminology and I teach my members. I said, I can teach you how to navigate.
Right.
Unfortunately, my job causing me to have to rock the boat. You can navigate through, and you can take your boat through safe, uncharted waters. It's places that Diddy went that he didn't realize you can't go. And now JC have ruffled the feathers. When these people get tired of you, they let you know. Listen, at any time, you're never too big. You're never too powerful. You never have the people who love you. I can make hate you. Think about this with Yahushua. They're like, at one time, people loved Sean Diddy Combs. Oh yeah. When these people put out, they love Yahushua. When he fed them, nobody said, "I'm not eating that bread if I don't go here religion."
Right.
They ripped the roof off the house. They didn't rip the roof because they want him out. They were coming because he was favorable. They loved him. But when the powers to be, the religious people, the Pharisees, those are the people that persuaded the people. Pontius Pilate, who was he? He was just him and Herod. They were equivalent to the governor and the president.
Right.
When these people get together with the religious leaders, they can cripple you. They can crush you. They can make people hate you.
Yeah.
And what Puffy did, he took it upon himself. Mm-hmm. I tell people this is what I believe. I don't believe he's guilty of every crime they charge him.
Right.
People just riding along. I don't agree with it. He's guilty on. Let him go to jail. Don't lie on him, man. I hate. Stop lying on people. Yeah. That's the dumbest stuff. You hurt people who have real causes and accusation because you wasting time lying. Yeah. Look whose story is getting out. The lying story is getting out. They telling everything. The people who got their real story, their stuff is The person's unknown. The story ain't told. You'll see when we go to court.
Right.
Other people every day. Alec Carter. Yeah, and Denzel. You can't do that. If Denzel, listen, you can't do that. That's wrong. Let me tell you something. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with. But I'm sure he did something. You can be sure, but you can't do that. That's wrong. You can't do that to people. That's illegal. You get sued. He's suing people. I got some people gonna get some surprises. Let me tell you something. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's people's character. And once people believe something, you can't change it no matter how much true. You don't have a right to do that. You have a right to your opinion.
Right.
You have no right to go and slam that man, tell that man don't rape no kids. He hadn't done it. If he raped one, that's what he raped. You can't go, if he raped one, you can't, he gotta be praised. It's gotta be more. If it ain't no more, let's get him for the one.
Right.
With the one, it don't matter if it's 1,000 of them, he getting the same punishment from the one.
That's true.
But don't go lie on the man and say it was hundreds of them when it's not true. So that part, that's the only thing that aggravates me, because you done fell into the trap of now he's going to walk on a lot of charges, because that once you expose all the lies, nobody gonna believe nobody with a true story. As far as I'm concerned, you're a liar too.
Yup.
So why these YouTube people with all these pages, a lot of them gonna see, a lot of them getting sued. A lot of YouTube, everybody want to get a YouTube page to make money. Get you a job. Get out here. There's some people that got real content. People see when the Diddy thing is over with, a lot of them ain't gonna have a job.
They not,
because it's not a story. That's all they got is the Diddy. And you keep the retarded memes of folk kissing. You looking like, hold on, these two guys kissing. I didn't know Will Smith was dating Puffy. Then you look at it and it got nothing to do with them. It's like, how y'all do that? You can't do that. Them people got families. You got a picture of me kissing another man you think ain't coming after you for the fact that that's foolishness.
Yep.
YouTube should stand for it, and it should be legal. You should go to jail. Show people what they've done. What about people who help to facilitate the guilty? They'll go to jail too. You want to know what about the people who help to facilitate the guilty behavior, but he's the only one in jail? Listen, they need to go to jail too. I'm going to tell you why they're not in jail. They're not in jail because they hadn't pissed off the powers to be. Listen, everybody knew. Let me say this. This is my belief, okay? A large amount of people knew about what was going on and happening, that what he is a part of being guilty of, okay? People in that circle knew and know. A lot of people stayed back because they knew they fight. Let me tell you something. What we'll say, oh, if I was there, I'll tell on them and you'll be dead. Y'all gotta remember something. You're playing with billions of dollars. You ain't playing with hundreds. You're playing with, when you put all those guys' money together, you're looking at about $1 trillion, that whole industry. Listen, a couple of the singers got billions. What do y'all think though? Sony, what's the guy that had Whitney Houston, all them, Clyde Davis. These guys ain't got no, you think Diddy got $1 billion and he got $1 billion?
Wow.
These guys have billions. Aerostar Record, all these people. Then you're looking at the tequila place. If I pay you $500 million so you can just advertise this, my alcohol, how much money you think I got if I gave you $500 million? What I probably got, $600 million?
Not hard.
If I'm paying you that, how much money do I have?
Yeah.
I'm also paying. Look at, if y'all pay attention, every one of these guys that got money have a liquor deal. Y'all don't think that's hard?
That is.
And their most money doesn't come from singing, it comes from alcohol. This is what alcohol is a preservative. What's the biggest drug on the street? Not alcohol. They tell you about the cocaine. More people drink than get high.
Sure do.
These occasions, what they doing? People, when families come together, what are they doing? They doing crystal meth? No.
They're drinking.
Eggnog. Other wine, beer. What are they doing? They playing for football season. That's what they doing. They get together. They get together and do fentanyl and watch the game. Let's get some beer and watch the game.
Right.
So you see what alcohol, and then you find out that alcohol was used to transport the fentanyl. See, these people looking at, they want a piece of the pie. The drugs is $1 trillion industry, but the alcohol is, because it's the only legal drug with a government stamp on it.
Right. Wow.
It's got a government stamp. Al Capone went to prison for it. They called it tax evasion. They went in for the alcohol because he wouldn't let the other 5 families in. So what did they use? They used taxes.
That's right.
But the problem was the alcohol. Listen, Al Capone had about almost $200 million in the 1920s. How much is that today?
Man,
you talking about when gas a nickel a gallon?
Wow.
And you got $200 million.
Well over $1 billion.
You talking about listen, my mother was born in the 40s. The 46, I think, 47. When she was growing up, for a nickel, they could get a Pepsi, they can get a slice of cheese, and they get some crackers for a nickel. So if you had $200 million, what can you get?
The world.
Small country.
Remember, he was only one person selling illegal alcohol. How much did everybody? Don't forget the Kennedys. Don't forget the Onassis. Don't forget the Irish.
Right.
So y'all understand how much money alcohol has. So
think
about nobody even look at alcohol because they're so busy talking about fentanyl. Man, they're not catching more fentanyl people. They're getting people DUI and drunk.
Right. That's
you brought up something about DUIs. Something I want to share with y'all briefly. A survey that was done. It was actually a survey that was performed in regards to DUIs and things of that nature as it relates to NFL and NBA players. A speaker made this particular survey. It's about a minute long. Y'all take a listen.
Dad, guess which is it? Is it NBA or NFL? 36 have been accused of spousal abuse. 7 have been arrested for fraud. 19 have been accused of writing bad checks. 117 have directly or indirectly been bankrupted at least 2 businesses. 3 have done time for assault. 71, I repeat, 71 cannot get a credit card due to their bad credit.
Can you hold that for a second?
Arrested on drug-related charges. 8 have been arrested for shoplifting. 21.
Yeah, I just paused it. Did you ask me to hold it?
No, go ahead. You can go ahead. I just want to type something. Go ahead.
Okay.
Charges. 8 have been arrested for shoplifting. 21 currently are defendants in lawsuits, and 84 have been arrested for drunk driving in the last year. How many of you think NBA? How many of you think NFL? Well, the answer is neither. It's the 435 members of the United States Congress.
What's on the board? What's on the board up there?
What
you
said?
What do you see typed up there before he said it?
Put it back real again.
It's still up there. Look on the front of our screen. What's up there?
He's talking about what he said
before he told you who it was.
We see you said Congress. Yes,
I'm just letting you know. I already know who it is. It's not hard to put these people together. I already know who it was.
But you know what? It makes sense because that goes back to the root of our conversation. Like he was saying, the politicians, how crooked they are, they bought and paid for.
You know that's why red business, and these are the people that are handling our business.
Right.
No, we're not saying that regular people don't make mistakes. Okay, we're not saying people I made mistakes. Come on, we're not. But when you're doing the people business. When you're doing the people business, you have to care about yourself first. You got to care about what you do. And you have to feel like that there is a connection with you and what you're doing. Just like with me with preaching and with Tudor. What people don't realize, what we do, there's a passion we have to have for people.
Right.
You know, with being a pastor's wife, what she do, you have to give so much of yourself for people that you'll never get back. So her turning into this somewhat similar, that you're being entrusted to care for people.
Right.
She's worked on that end with me for over 20 plus years. We've done this.
Hallelujah.
Something she learned, they can say, as far as being a commissioner is new to her, but caring for people and seeing about people ain't something new for her. Remember that I tell you, my wife puts out her, she don't sit back on no special chair, sit back, oh, y'all, I'm further, come get my pocketbook. Joe serving people. When we cook, who's always serving, Joe? without fear.
Truly.
See,
That's
the
right.
truth is she's on the line serving.
Behind the screen, in front of the screen, she's always serving.
These people take all the time. So this ain't something where she sat back and she got no chill and she's always working. It wasn't, listen, all the kids who teeth missing, they come see the little kid, they go to her, she pulled the teeth out the mouth.
I love
Yes, she does.
When they too, the
Hey, if you need your blood pressure, she helps with the blood pressure, all that. Oh yeah.
She pulls the little teeth. She pulls the little kid's teeth out. Yes, she
pull their
does.
teeth out. They'll come show their teeth out. They be like, Uncle Smitty pulled out. I'm like, huh? Listen,
Yes.
she takes some and she pulls the teeth out.
She does.
She does everybody blood pressure.
Soap, she make that. She make toothpaste.
Yeah.
Oh my
She make all types of creams and everything. Oh yeah.
Outstanding number.
Move on. Let's talk about
That is, it's something you said. She does pull up the little kids' teeth when they need her. You know what? She does it, and nobody really has.
Hey, if you
she
got
does
a splinter in your
it's
hand or
cute.
something, she help with splinters too.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so people don't realize we do a lot. It ain't so
A lot. That's
coming
right.
in and doing the job and serving for people is like so. It's like she already does it. It's like okay, she intelligent lady. Rosdale is getting a real jewel. What?
Yes, goodness.
No, put on the big screen. There you go too. You get your roses while you here. Go enjoy your roses. That's right.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But
Because people talk bad about you, you appreciate time like this now.
When that happens.
Oh yeah.
It is what it is.
In that book, he
You
said,
have to know shit.
let another man praise you, not your own lips.
That's right.
If you
That's
do,
right.
if you do the
You
work,
heard that now, obey.
people, and what makes it touching, and when you do get the compliment from people that notice things that you do, and you pick up, you realize I do that, and people notice that. There's so many people that don't. That feel like what you do is old to them, so it's no big deal. So what you do it, you should be doing it. And it's unfortunate people feel that way. And what shouldn't be unique, because if you take the office of the job, it should be something you do anyway. Like me for being a pastor, me looking after the people, caring for the people ain't nothing extraordinary new. It should be done. It sticks out to people because so few actually put the people first and care about the people. So she come from a marriage where this is something that we invoke, that we do. The people are primary. My kids know that. My kids know that. My kids know they serve. They play the drum, the bass drum. My grandkids, they come up, they get the mics when people get through. They do model. He'll start spraying when it's over. My grandkids serve. Everybody know what they do. You serve.
I watched this thread on Telegram. I had watched a thread. This was a couple months back. In Austin, it was this gentleman. I think he was in a financial dilemma, and Austin right away, just instantaneously, he threw out it like, "Hey, let's get together and get this guy what he needs." And in a matter of time, the threads came back. People making contributions to the individual. I'm like, wow, he didn't, wasn't nothing he had to go pray about and just like that. Just meeting people where they are, in a need, like the script say about, you see your brother in need, and the best thing you can tell him is, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? And then putting up your bowels of compassion. And so I think that's very, very that's the bedrock of public service, when you're able to put aside your agenda and meet the people with their needs. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you don't find that today, because we've been desensitized. We're learned now. We've been re-educated now. Is self-preservation. You just me, myself, and I. With that being said, did y'all see this article about? I think it was in Illinois. I don't want to say it was Chicago, about a Coca-Cola truck pulled over with 18 kids in it. They were trafficking children in Illinois.
I don't think I said that before.
Yeah, that was. It was in Illinois. I think it was like a week ago. But I was like, man, in a Coca-Cola truck.
Illinois, I believe. Yeah, it's number one. There's a lot of child trafficking going on in there.
But let me tell you something, and I said this before, if y'all remember on the show. What people don't realize, It's the only way to move is to move them through the unsuspecting company.
Yeah.
The drop is big. Yeah, I mean the hotel. Let me tell you something. Okay, just say right now. I've been collecting kids. I got, let's say 25 kids. Okay, let's say because if I'm a big company, I got a big business. I'm gonna have 100 kids. So what Greyhound bus I'm gonna get them on? So when I go rent this Greyhound bus and get it myself, somebody's gonna be the driver. They're not gonna let me drive it. There's a lot of people gonna be involved to try to keep this down and to move. Or if I fly, I gotta get them overseas. I gotta get a ship line, which means I gotta get a container. That container got to get holes so they can breathe because I'm not trying to lose them. It's a lot of people got to be involved and make sure that container is protected, watch it, get it to its destination, make sure it get delivered. What do kids start beating on the side of that container? I can't take a chance of it just being sitting on there. Somebody start hearing some noise come out of that container going to get full. And it's not going to be hard. Once they pull that number, they're going to find out where that container came from. Where was it delivered? Who ordered it? Through what brokerage company was handling. It's a lot of people gonna get pulled. So people don't realize. I've been telling people that that's the only way you're gonna move. Publix. I'm not saying these people, but you need those. I drove for a major company. They don't even stop you a lot of times because you're not big. That name is
right.
So why would JB Hunt be moving drugs? I'm just giving you a discussion. So guess what? They won't stop it for drugs. They'll stop if it's overweight. Give you an overweight ticket. Keep going. They'll stop if it's just something that's obvious. But you're not looking to check no JB Hunt truck. This is a Amazon. So these people don't realize they use these companies in order to fund to get their agenda across because it's unsuspecting to you. Disney. Guess what? What age group of people do you take to Disney?
Children.
Go and look at how many kids have been reported. Can we look at I'm just wondering how many kids. See, you won't make a lot of them. You'll just little by little, you'll get kids, 1 or 2 here. So it'll look so unsuspected to really, it's not a new. If you will tell me a place where that amount of kids wouldn't have a large number of kids missing.
Right.
So the article was showing that there was a fact check. Story.
Right.
Truth Be Posted been causing a stir on social media. Over the weekend, the Davenport Police Association hosted its 22nd annual toy drive to support children and families served by Family Resources. It's an event that has benefited and put smiles on many children's faces at Christmas time, but a recent social post has made its way around the internet. We're showing you a still image now with a Coca-Cola truck surrounded by police. This image has been edited because text in it did include curse words. However, this is the image that was posted to X claiming there was a child trafficking bust. We're only showing you the image because it's not worth showing you a video that's not the truth. TV6 checked in with the Davenport Police Department about this and they provided us with the following statement. The images and video of the Coca-Cola truck and the Davenport police vehicles are from last week's toy drive, not a criminal investigation. We ask individuals to verify information before sharing online to avoid spreading unnecessary fear and misinformation. If you have a story you want...
So the person who started the story should be arrested. If you knew that when you said that it wasn't true, you knew that your intent was to self and defrain Coca-Cola, just go to prison.
Yep, that's right.
No excuses. It don't make sense. Why would you do that? This is the thing, though. These major companies, I'll back off my story. What I said, I know I'm right. That these people they are using big name company transport. Are the CEOs of these companies involved? That part I won't say. But I truly believe there are other people that work through these companies that are using them for drug transporting, using for child trafficking, as well as for the women's sex trafficking. I mean, that's a given. It's just unfortunate that you got people spreading lies. If you don't know that and you know why would you do that?
Yeah.
And it's detrimental too. It affects the fact that it's going to affect that in the future when it's really happening. Now we're going to question it twice because people are saying these false stories. So yeah, they should go to jail. Like I agree with Preacher because it's affecting the fact that the real truth is not being taken seriously because of people lying.
Foolishness. And kids coming out. Somebody called the police. Hey, I seen some kids in the back of their Coca-Cola truck. Oh, that's that same story. We're not going.
Yes.
And the whole thing could be true.
Correct.
So, listen, if you know you're doing it, you know you're lying, you should go to prison. I wouldn't do that on nobody. I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time lying on nobody. It don't even make sense. Listen, I tell people this: whatever ain't right, it's gonna show itself. If you just leave it, listen, you ain't got to bother it. It's gonna come up.
That's right.
It's gonna come up. It's gonna show itself. People run. I don't waste my time. Whatever ain't right, gonna show up. It's gonna show itself, and you'll see for yourself. I've been doing that for 20-some years. Believe me, I tell you that. Whatever ain't right, gonna show itself. Let people do what they do. You ain't gotta allow them to get it.
Love Doctor. Did you see this it's in California. There was this transgender guy he had sentenced to prison, and he was raping women in the prison and got, I think, 3 or 4 women pregnant. You seen about that? You saw that on Dr. Joe?
I did.
I was like, whoa.
But
And
that
they kept
happened. Yes.
I was like,
that whole gender situation that if you say you're a woman, you go into an old woman's prison, they're taking that out because it's so confusing to them because they don't know how to go about the issue right now because he identifies as a woman.
But
I did hear about that. That's crazy, right?
But let's clear up something else. They put in the paper and say he raped them.
Impregnated them. Not only raped them.
No, I didn't hear nothing about rape. It was a inmate who identified as being a female, so they kept him in a female prison, and he ended up getting his cellmate pregnant.
Well, let me say this. The reason why I asked you, did they say he raped them? Because it would be accurate based off of state law, not off of how we know rape. Once you're incarcerated, you don't have the right to have sex with another inmate because you're property of the state.
Right.
So if they would have put rape, they would have put it that it seemed as though he violently took, as we know, rape. But anytime 2 inmates have sex, that would be considered rape because you don't have ownership of yourself. When you're incarcerated, you lose your rights, even to who you are. So with him in jail was a no-brainer. He had to rape, and the women definitely gonna go for a commando, over a tongue. A tongue ain't gonna be like, you need something stiff in your life. You know what I'm saying? You need hard knocks, no nonsense. And that's exactly what that is. But you put these people in a situation, and this has been the drive, and what it does, and it happened, it's a bad thing, but then it's a good thing, because it shows the people your idiocy. That you sit around and you think that this made sense to put a man with women. I don't care what he said, he is a man with a pickle.
Right.
Ain't no man, okay, I says you can't lay around that many bojanas and don't come back around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a bojana, that's a pickle.
Going backwards.
Yeah, but see that.
You know what, preacher? You're right. I just found some updated news. It's about a 3-minute article I want to share with y'all, but it is calling it rape.
They did?
Rape.
Yeah, let me share it with y'all. Here we go.
Thank you, Kevin. A controversial court ruling tonight. A convicted who served time at the women's prison
He look like a woman, don't he?
is charged with raping fellow inmates. A Madera County judge says Tremaine Carroll must be referred to with she, her pronouns. But the district attorney is pushing back because the 52-year-old Carroll is a biological male, and the decision could impact the pursuit of justice. Court records show Carroll was convicted in Los Angeles County in 1993 for aggravated kidnapping for the purpose of ransom or to commit another crime. Carroll is now serving time in a men's prison as this rape case moves forward.
Action News reporter Brianna Willis spoke with the district attorney about the potential impact of the pronoun ruling.
A Madera County judge ruled this week 52-year-old state prisoner Tremaine Carroll must be referred to with she, her pronouns because Carroll identifies as a woman. But the district attorney believes the defendant is abusing the system.
This is a person who's not a woman in any sense of the word.
In March, DA Sally Moreno charged Carroll for rape allegedly committed while incarcerated at the Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla.
After his first cellmate became pregnant and was moved to Los Angeles, 2 other cellmates of his complained that he had raped them. So we have filed rape charges against this inmate.
Moreno says the ruling regarding pronouns impacts her ability to prosecute the case.
This is a particular issue in this case because it's confusing to the jury. In California, rape is a crime that has to be accomplished by a man.
Supervising Deputy DA Eric Dutemple says it's also unfair to the victims.
It's just absolutely insane that a victim would have to get on the stand and police their pronouns and their usage when trying to recite one of the most scariest times in their lives.
Carroll was allowed to serve time in a women's prison despite being a biological male because of Senate Bill 132, the Transgender Respect Agency and Dignity Act, which took effect in 2021. It allows inmates to be housed with the gender they identify as. The CDCR website points out state law prohibits discrimination based on gender identity.
There's no psychological evaluation that needs to be done. This person doesn't need to be on cross-gender hormones. They don't need to be signed up for transgender surgery. They don't even need a significant psychological evaluation regarding gender confusion. The mere statement is enough.
The CDCR has since relocated Carroll to Salinas Valley State Prison for Men. We reached out to CDCR about the case. They sent us a statement about Senate Bill 132, adding that they thoroughly investigate all allegations of sexual abuse, but they do not comment on cases in current litigation. Moreno says Carroll fired the defense attorney handling the case and has chosen to move forward with self-representation in court. Carroll's next court date is set for January 14th. Brianna Willis, ABC 30 Action News.
Can't be that stupid.
I blame the system.
The system is beyond
the law.
For these, it's too much. Like they
Do
don't
y'all-
have to.
Do you think that okay, if he looked like that coming in the door, that the inmate was like, hey, I'm got a man coming in here. That they were good.
Yeah, that's California.
They got complained. They only told because they got pregnant.
It could be.
No,
It
let
could.
me tell you what the racket was, okay? Racket, first of all, let me tell you something. First of all, they knew when they put him in now that there was a game. You already know to watch somebody playing the system, okay? Once they started hollering, complained, they wouldn't have waited till they were pregnant to find out they were raped. They would have known that before. Because no one would have made it known he raped me. You report it to a guard, they would have pulled him, okay? They could have pulled the DNA. He ain't like he had no condom in there, okay? They'd have been able to see proof and stop it. The reason why the women filed the charge is so they could sue the county. They're not going to sue him. They're going to sue the jail. So California, the whole thing a scam.
Absolutely.
You're going to get sued, and guess what they're going to do? Now you're going to reduce their sentence, and with them being pregnant, they're going to move them to a different prison.
Right.
Wow.
And now you're going to be able to think about it. You're a woman, you got 20 years for a crime. These dummies put you in with a man. You let him get you pregnant. That's going to put you on a minimum security, or they're going to cut your time and reduce it. For the fact they got to pay this money.
Yeah.
So back on the street, you finna get a check based off of the state.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't hard to put together. What woman? First of all women locked up doing that. They ain't finna holler no rape. This was a picnic. But
That's what I was going to say.
Oh yeah.
For both,
Oh, yeah.
for the man and for them. It was a picnic. It was like, ooh.
They look at them women beat up, rape. You gonna take you for them. I'm gonna grab you, hold you, probably fight. You gonna be screaming. So how I'm gonna stop that? They don't do. You can't get away with that. They're gonna be complaining if the scrum is screaming. They're already gonna be looking at. I have a man. I don't care what he call. I gotta watch it because he could be lying.
Right.
So let's just stop it. These folks just stop it. That was a picnic.
There was a party time.
That was a picnic. That was a smorgasbord.
Yeah.
He'd have been population, man. They'd have cut it commando off. They'd have been passing around through the city. He couldn't get up, they'd have killed him.
True.
Yeah,
That's not free meat.
What? took it really far now.
Let me mention.
But now it's complicated. The case is complicated now because they don't know how to charge the.
That's not true. No, the complication is now. Let me tell you what's going to happen. The problem. This is the problem with the case. Okay. The problem with the case. Either way to go, you finna hang yourself. Did you put a woman trapped in a man's body in there with them, or did you put a man in there with them? Because this is going to make you loud. This case is going to shoot them in the foot because when you go to cut an arguing fight, he is a man. He has everything a man has. He's not taking no hormone pills. He wasn't on any blockers. So you're saying he's a man. Then what are you going to do with all these other homosexuals out here that's calling themselves pronouns?
Mm-hmm.
That's not taking hormones and not taking blockers. See, now they open up a door that's so bad for them. It's going to shoot them in the foot. And what hurt them is she's trying to try him. You can't. This is how the law works, okay? The judge cannot impose a penalty unless there's a law.
Right. Okay.
You have to refer to him, the person, by the pronoun.
Okay.
And if a judge's rule, you have to address them as a pronoun. You're not going to be able to charge him as a man. Because the judge had done that because of what? The law, not the judge's opinion. The judge's opinion is based off of the law. The law in California allots for this. That's why the judge had made that clear. You have to address him by pronoun. Let me ask y'all a question. I'm a man, right? How we grew up. Now, you grew up by my era. So I'm a man. I sleep with women and men. I'm not a faggot.
By definition, you are.
You said back then, what would we say?
Man, you a punk.
You're a punk.
Exactly.
But I sleep with women too, though. So your problem gonna be, so you're gonna say because he's homosexual, he can't sleep with both sexes. So what are you gonna tell the other people who are not judging other people that sleep with both sexes?
Wow. They might well let
it. Got their own rule. The dumbified themselves.
You don't mess yourself up trying to think it. It was never.
It's messy. It's messy.
Listen, this is not a hard case. They're gonna screw themselves because all those women waiting on. I'm waiting on y'all to go ahead and convict him for rape. Because you convict him on rape. What did you charge him as being a male or a pronoun raping?
Right.
And you know, she said something out that was really, y'all didn't pay attention. She said because a man is the only one can commit rape.
That's a lie.
Yeah. I heard when she said that. I heard when she said that.
See that?
So it's hard for her to. Yep, she said that.
I heard when she said that. I like,
which is a lie because women rape all the time. They have
hold up now, Helfer. That's right.
It shows you the.
She did say that.
My wife raped me.
But it's hard for her because he's called it's a she, and a man is the only one that commit rape. So she didn't know.
And that's why he's saying he's a pronoun.
But let me ask you this, Rob. Would that be? This should be federal, though, huh?
No, not in the county jail.
No,
his rights will be federal. That's why the judge had to rule him as a. Because that's not if that's on a federal level that they passed it. That you had to recognize him as pronoun. I talked to a stewardess one day on Delta. We were flying somewhere too. Remember that? I was up in the front for a while. Then I came back. I told they had stopped me. I was up there, and the man steward, they stopped me. They had me. They were talking to me a long time. And one of them was telling me how she told a person that she said something, ma'am. That person said, "What did you say?" She said, "I said, ma'am, they said you will refer to me as they, them, or something like that." She said, "What?" She said, "Refer to me as my pronoun." She said, "I'm not doing that." Yeah, and she's walked out. She said, Delta pulled them. Delta, like they put them out. They said, "Good afternoon." They don't. Yeah. If they say "ladies and gentlemen," they get fired.
Whoa.
She said they're automatically terminated. She said they are automatically terminated. When they get that mic, "Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen," you just been terminated.
So what other genders are there other than male and female?
I'm with you. Trump gonna bring that back. Much of they hate Trump. Trump is bringing it back to correct it. Trump told him already. He's saying but two sexes, male and female. He said we getting rid of that junk. He said I'm getting them out of the military too. Because man, people don't realize your sexual preference is your sexual preference. I'm not in no room with no man with no lipstick and no fake boobs on, talking about he got no vagina sleeping over the top of me or under me. I'm just not interested.
Right.
I'm not interested. And I don't think it's fair for you to put them in the room. These people need to be by themselves.
That's right.
I know the reason why we've been behind on making new ships. is because they had to put in these transgender bathrooms on these ships. So it's taking so long for to produce submarines and ships. Trump told him he come back, he taking all that. He said we getting rid of that transgender junk out of them ships.
Hey,
They can't even get them
they
done.
got it all in the Congress. As a matter of fact, I want to share with y'all a quick little 20-second clip.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have Congress chaplains, and whenever they pray, this is what they make them say.
We ask it in the name of the monotheistic God, Brahma, and God known by many names, by many different faiths.
What?
A man and a woman.
They got to say amen and a woman now.
Oh,
Are they saying he's a feminine or he's a man?
Yeah, so he got to say amen
There's
and
so
a
many
woman
people.
when he done
There's
praying.
so many
And
people.
did you hear that they want to take men out of the word woman because they do not want to have men in the word woman? It's just too much. I say they're taking it way too far.
You know, that wall ain't nothing. They never know where the man stop at. Whoa, this ain't you. Whoa, man. That tell him to stop. But listen, stop, man. You tell about, man, I got a Bo John. Whoa, man. Whoa,
I
man.
forgot what they wanted to change it to, but they wanted to take the word man out of woman. I can't.
That kind of takes me back to the time, bro. You were saying that you were going to some type of convention. You had a speaking engagement, and they wanted to you wanted to share. They wanted you to share a room, a hotel room with another guy, and you're like, man, get us separate rooms, man. I don't know this guy. Like,
That joke, I had one of that. That when I first went to do the Word Network interview with Lexi, and we went to a hotel. The hotel we went to, I had the Marriott, but I wound up going to the wrong Marriott. And me and some of Akeem was with brothers then, you know, we called brothers then. We were together, and I was trying to get my room, and Brian Cohen was there, and his assistant. He was saying, so he was like, I was telling him I need to get a room. I had a room for those guys. I got them a room. I was getting my. He was like, Smith, you only staying here for one night. He said you can share a room with this guy. Peterson was his name. Like I said, I told later. I said, I need to get a room. Tell him. He said, Smith, humble down, Smith. He said, you only staying one night. You wasting money. You can share a room with Peterson. He was laying on the other side. He was looking at me. I told that I looked up Peterson. I said, let me tell you something. I said, I'm in a room and I wake up and you land on my chair. I said, I'm telling you, I said, I'm paying all the wallpaper of this room. Listen, I told him, I said, I'll turn back that later. I said, like I said, I need a room.
Oh my goodness!
But I'm gonna tell you how stuff works. Do you know when I went up there, I was told this was told one that whole thing probably was to set me up.
Wow.
They brought me that extra to set me up.
Wow.
The whole thing was to set me up. Listen, everything supposed to work. Listen, I went back and did a second show with them, right? That was a setup show, right? I flew to Detroit. Where did I fly to that? First time I went to St. Louis. This time I flew to Detroit. Grand Rapids. I finally caught some stuff. We were talking. It was cool. You know, so I'm thinking. Whole thing was a big man. Big man. I'm trying to eat people cutting the food. I'm trying to figure out what happened. I figured out. I said, you know what? I said, I know what you're trying to do. She said, what you trying to do? I said, you trying to set me up. She's like, what? Set you up. This interview is over. I was looking at the time, cut it short. They had got some ex-members. Tell me they got some ex-members. Got this whole thing up and done. Big mess. They got to take. They got what they needed to try to set the whole thing up. I told it people that I said, and what you're doing, I said, it's not gonna work. I said it's gonna come back. Listen, I just told her that, right? She got pissed, she cut out left. No sooner I left, they had the show, they were putting together. The guy who owned Word Network liked me. He wanted to tape because he wanted the reason why I can't take. He seen my tape. He's like, hey, I like this guy. This guy original. Nobody liked this guy. He just real. So they got it. So he saw the tape. He saw the tape. What they did. Tell what he did. He fired everybody. Start with her. Start with the camera guys. Start with everybody was. Listen, I told her. I said, it's not gonna work. I told her it was gonna come back. She told me what? She said, this interview is over. The people want out the God. I'm trying to figure out, what is some Jerry Springer stuff? What happened? Listen, listen, they try to bring that show back. I'm gonna tell you people behind. I call out TDJ. He was behind it too. And they wrecked her career. She could not recover. She could not come back. Fooling with these clowns. Jamal, fooling with these clowns cost her her career.
Wow.
But you know, it happened. That's fine. And look at him now. Now he's sitting around here faking heart attacks.
Yeah. But Ron, let me ask you this. The guy that they had to get you to share the room with, what was his demeanor? How was he? He was like pretty much like
no, he was looking like Sharon. I'm looking like you don't know who to mess with. So what's all that noise in the back? What is all that noise?
That might be me. Let me see if I can mute my mic.
What's that? That bad. That was your competitor. Man, cut that thing. You got 5 minutes. Cut that thing off, Joker. You making that noise now. Just stay up, Joker. Stay up one night so you can go ahead and get your virginity out the way. Yeah, but now that was your noise. Now somebody was talking about that noise. He said, "Yeah, Fred said TD fake." Yeah, I tell you, these guys have done. They did an injustice to a lot of people. I'll say that with them, and I want to say that in a respectful way to where I fought a lot of wars over the years, you know, with these preachers, from Creflo Dollar, TD Jakes, Jamal Bryant, who Benny Henning, Joyce Myers, Paula White, Juanita Bynum, Gino Jenny, everybody. I fought with some of everybody on things, and I fought from a good place. I thought people wanted to know the truth and wanted people to be honest with them and be real. And what wound up happening with that, and I advise anybody, if you're doing the work, just do the work. Don't waste your time fighting with these people. You're gonna lose time, and you're gonna lose a lot of certain energy that you can use to be effective on what it is he giving you a gift you say to have. Like me now, I focus my time now on just teaching, talking with people, making corrective measures for me and my members. I did my members and people that follow me injustice, and I apologize that for the years that I spent. I know people look at, oh man, but I like it. You said the truth. Yeah, but my truth could have been told in a different way, and I could have been even more effective. But that was something I had to learn and mature in. You can be right, but that's a way you got to do it to be effective. That comes with maturity, and I had to mature. I had to grow up. And I realized you can be just as detrimental if you're not delivering your message in the right way as these people that slept with members, committed homosexual act with kids. And I apologize to people that follow, and I appreciate the people that hung in here with me for years while I've transitioned, I've grown, and I look at things differently. You know, even for them, those guys, they deserve to be saved too. Everybody does. All of us have made mistakes. I'm not justifying nothing nobody's done. But at the end of the day, as us being people, let's learn how to be critical, but critical with solutions. If we kill everybody, we don't ever get a chance to be right.
That's right.
Sometimes we're attacked from a place. And although, you know, you can be honest and you can be genuine, you just got to make sure you're not reckless. And on some ends, I can see where I was reckless because I looked at what I wasn't doing and I'm coming, and I didn't look at the people I did hurt because there are people that, like my members believe in me. So if somebody attack me, you're going to kill them. You can have some truth. You'll never get across to them because of the care they have. If you don't use simplicity, use the wisdom to be able to noise it back again. It will let you back on that. You just hit that mute for us on that. But if you don't use the wisdom when you come across to get people to see your truth, then you're just basically just an empty instrument. You know, you're really not putting out the right sound. I encourage everybody on here, regardless of what your religious faith or belief is, regardless of your sexuality. I think, me personally, I think if we looked at each other for just being people, we don't have to agree with what each other do completely, but we can at least respect the fact that we're human beings and everybody does what they do coming from a place that they feel like is right. To say that a person wants to be homosexual because they want to just mess up stuff or they want to just cause problems. Probably somebody, maybe one or two, maybe, or small. But a lot of people do it because that's what they know and they feel like it's right. I'm doing what I believe and I feel like it's right, and that's to live right. That's to tell people the truth. That's to be an example in my living, to be somebody that never shames my creator, never shame the congregation that he has allowed me, that I'm undeserving to be a leader over, and never to disappoint and shame my wife and my kids. So I made that my endeavor. I made that my life living, and to illustrate to people and show people to change the difference. I know people, he hate everybody. He wants to send everybody here. No, I don't. I want to see the behaviors go. To tell you the truth is not to hate you. To tell you the truth is to really to love you. You just got to want to accept the truth and want to do better and change. I appreciate you guys for listening to me always. Those that follow, I appreciate you guys for, taking time out to share time with two mics on the mind. I appreciate my wonderful co-host, Resident Joe, Love Doctor, and always my wonderful, beautiful wife, Tula. Still beautiful. She had a beauty about her when I originally got with her. It wasn't her beauty, as people say beauty. I see her, more beautiful now than I did then. It was the personality of the person. It was the genuineness of the person that she was willing to ride and believe in me. And I, in return, I want to reciprocate in believing in her. And I do. And I appreciate you guys so much, everybody. I said enough. What about you guys?
Appreciate you too.
No.
I want to start because I got a good saying.
Here we go. Nobody got to follow each other. Let's just hear what you got. Come on.
What?
Woo! Okay.
Yeah.
This right here is inspiration. I want to take this moment and make this towards Tula, because Tula is truly a pioneer in what she's doing. She's the first person I ever known to actually become a politician, and me to be a part and actually witness from the ground up. And I just want to let you know I encourage you and all that you do for the citizens of Rockdale County. Thank you.
Wow, that is scary. Also, we have a comment from one of our wonderful, great followers, part of Two Mics and Mind Anywhere, y'all. They want to know, will there be a part 2 of the lifestyle of the celebrity pea picker? If fans want to know where she is now and how she's picking peas in the down the country. That is so true. And people need to know that. Doctor said something. Doctor, I appreciate those kind words. I truly do. Let me see. I saw him right quick before you go. Who that? Said it's really, let me see. Doctor said it's really sad because I started watching you many years ago and you were unapologetically telling the truth. I have not ever heard the truth until I listened to you, Mr. Thomas. But listen, I greatly appreciate you too. Greatly appreciate you. I'm still for the truth. I just want to be wise. Let me get this one more right here. I think that I put up. I thank you for that. I had to see the truth no matter whether I liked it or not. I had to see it. Thank you. I really thank you. I appreciate you. And I really love you. A hub is strong love, affection. Confederate, we're going to go ahead and get yours while your mic popping.
Go ahead, Confederate. You next.
Okay. You are not a human being, but you are a being that is assuming the role of a human.
Oh, wow. That's not going to do that. You tell me. Unless in some kind of way.
That's right. You are not a human being. You are actually a pinto being.
Yeah.
Dr. Joe, you next. Come on, Dr. Joe.
All right. This is not my saying yet, but I do have to say, since we're all emotional, I did get emotional. When Ra was talking, I have to say I appreciate you too. I appreciate my whole synagogue, but I appreciate you too, and specifically because you guys play your roles. It's so hard to find people that play their roles, and it's not because you're my Ra. It's not because you're my friend. It's really because there's very few people that stick to what they're supposed to be doing. So I do appreciate that, because you are a role model to so many that did not get to have the role models that you guys are. So I personally truly appreciate it. And I have you guys both. And not only Tuli, I think Tuli's not Tuli without Preacher, and Preacher can't be. It's just complimentary, and I love it. Okay, my thing. Stop for a while, look at your life, look at your direction, and if you're going the wrong direction, redirect before you get lost.
Watch out, child. Ooh, listen to the got one here. If you think the price for success is too expensive, just wait till you get the bill for regret. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You don't knock the doors off of that one. Hold on, somebody got one. That was terrible, Confederate. No respect the person here. Them tell you what. Well, I apologize. Listen, listen. I'm like the Godfather. As you can see, I haven't seen another vein for my children. Hey, listen, how'd you just come in and cut you down like that? Roses are red, violets are blue. I appreciate you, Tuli, for all you do. Wow. I'm from boo-hoo. I'm saying, I live in Texas, and I plan on coming to your synagogue very, very soon. I just told my husband I will see you one day, and it will be an honor. Much love for being true. Thank you. Listen, come on home, and like Motel 6, we gonna lead a right home. And tell your husband, tell him I said hello. Or shalom. Shalom means peace, prosperity, wealth, and health. So I definitely like to get that out to people. Let me see this one.
You didn't do yours yet. You gotta do your thing.
Oh, she said he Googled it. Why you gonna fuck him like that? That came from yours making that noise again. So I guess what I'll say, mine's off the dome. So if to be or not to be is the question, the answer is to be right.
What?
All right, on that note, let's go.
The question to be or not to be. They said
I don't have you preaching. You know, I have you. You can't speak such beautiful words.
You finally can't
listen right now.
What happened? I just listen. You did well. I didn't want to show you because you know we used to get you. You get to go and you crash that in. You like you nailed it. I'm trying to boost you up because I got somebody to come out with.
Excuse me. Love doctor. Whose side are you in?
Hold on, but listen, I just know that tonight the honorable commissioner,
she gonna kill it.
Is gonna really let us have it and give us just something so sweet and special. Go ahead, Your Honor. We'll take it over.
Okay, and okay. Yesterday's the past.
Yes.
Tomorrow's the future.
Yes.
But today is a gift. That's why it's called the present.
Wow. Okay, we'll give it that one. Let's go with that.
Okay. All right. All right, now give us the bumper sticker real one. Go ahead. Give us your official one for the night.
That is her.
You have a saying.
You know she came on that one. Man, I'd have married her 2 times. You know what Google. What is that now? Rather have cheddar bay biscuits at Red Lobster. Oh wow.
Oh, I know that's right. Ooh.
That's terrible.
I appreciate that, Tuli. You have another one for us. You know you always have another little thing.
Listen, I called it. Listen, Marcus gave you a good one.
I can't win, but he
right. But no, we definitely again, y'all know we appreciate.
You're thinking about Christmas, Ron. Andrick.
He said that's what Tuli was talking about. Today is a present.
Wow.
I missed the day. Okay.
Oh, prime time. So you're a Kung Fu Panda. I know that's right. But no, we definitely appreciate y'all. Listen, bulls chase red flags out of hate. Some people chase them to marry. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Derek.
Derek, come with it.
I know Christmas colors.
Oh, wow.
So I was chasing her to marry, wasn't it?
Wow, that's hilarious.
Christmas colors in the scar. Look at that. Chavez got it. They done started singing, Commissioner. But now y'all know the hobby guy. We appreciate some of y'all want to see some of y'all tomorrow night, won't it? 7 o'clock. Well, we definitely appreciate y'all guys so much.
Appreciate y'all too.
So appreciate again to my wonderful co-host, Love Doctor.
Yes, sir.
Resident Joe Tuli, appreciate them so much. Appreciate you too, Confederate, coming in and visiting with us.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's up and down with treatments. We appreciate you inspiring though the way you keep going.
Absolutely.
A lot of people give up and let things over take. People don't realize all you got is the day. You make the best, like she said. That's why the present is so important, and you just got to unwrap it and live it now. You know, you can leave it wrapped up and get no benefits out of it. Start learning how to get the benefits out of the day. Tomorrow, take care of yourself when you get here. But again, y'all know we're a hobby. We appreciate all y'all. And we're looking to see y'all
yo.
at the same time.
We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. 2 mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. 2 nights and a mind. 2 nights and a mind. 2 nights and a mind. 2 nights and a mind.
All right, you do something better, I'll do something better, and we'll be better together. Until next week, y'all willing. Good night.
My bishop, he